Hi there, welcome back to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is SkinomiCS2 and this video covers the 26th of May to the 1st of June. As usual, we start with the Armory Pass, where we saw a broad movement upwards in returns. Despite this, the Train, Graphic, and Overpass collections remain extremely unprofitable in line with normal cases. Speaking of which, both cases in the past are profitable to redeem but unprofitable to open. Now, the Austin Major stickers have become tradable this week, and the returns are not looking good as expected. Based on the 99 cents price tag, ROI ranged from 57% to 82%, with Vitality, Falcon, and Tai Lu being the standout teams and respective players from each capsule. As a reminder, these stickers will go through a 75% off sale a few weeks after the major, so I would hold off on purchasing until then. In a rare occurrence, Valve posted a blog post regarding the upcoming Souvenir packages. All packages for playoff matches will contain a charm that is accompanied by a highlight reel viewable in the game. Playoff matches will begin from the 20th of June, so we will have to wait until then for the first wave of redemptions. Regardless, given the CS2 Twitter uploaded a new banner with these new charms in conjunction with the blog post, Valve is definitely pushing these quite hard. We have a few leaks from posts online. Full credits are shown on the screen, starting with how the charms look in the game. We may have a variation in colour from gold to silver that is pattern based. If true, gold will likely cost a substantial premium over their silver counterparts. Additionally, we do not know yet whether these charms can be detached from their weapons. I personally think it would be unlikely. Moreover, here we have how the highlights will potentially look in the game. Let's take a look.
Record this too.
Times it to perfection.
No!
Disaster! An absolute disaster!
Let's now take a look at the pick'ems. My picks for round 1 are shown towards the right of the screen, whereas Simple's picks are shown to the left. I personally think Simple might have been drunk whilst making his picks, just like when he was this week when he lost the game 13-0 to Monizzi, Nico, and Magisk. NRG in the 3-0 slot is definitely not happening. Now, on the 31st of May, reports from multiple sources suggested Valve had disabled their anti-cheat, VACNET, on CS2. Panic ensued for a short period before it was turned back on. Gabe Follower was able to find evidence that the pause was due to an upgrade in infrastructure rather than anything more sinister. Valve will now rely on H200 rather than H100 GPUs, which run better AI models. I am not an expert with regards to commercial GPUs, but I guess it is good to see Valve reinvesting into their game. Moving on, IEM Katowice, a 13-year staple in the Counter-Strike annual calendar, has been replaced by Krakow starting next year. I suspect venue costs and slowing ticket sales to be attributable reasons behind the change. Krakow may also feature a 360-degree arena, as commentator Banks teased on Twitter. There was an interesting post from the Aurora owner this week, whereby he placed a wager of $700,000 on Inter Milan to win the Champions League. He would have made back the money he spent on the Eternal Fire squad had he won, but Inter Milan lost miserably. Lastly, B-Trams posted 2 interesting graphics in the month of May, showing kill density maps for Inferno and Ancient. ASI on Ancient is a truly unpopular site, with Temple appearing to be the only hot zone on that side of the map, whereas Banana on Inferno is a kill zone as expected. Finally, let's move on to our weekly craft idea. This one is a few weeks old by this point. By combining 5 different glitters from the Shanghai Major, you can make a fake iBPs Holo. Simply follow the placements on the top right of the screen to achieve the desired results. I have decided to post this idea now, as prices for the stickers contained within the craft have finally come down in price. They had shot up when the craft was initially posted on the 6th of May, although the NQZ stickers still remain expensive at over $7 on Steam. Switching gears to the market, the SkinomiCS2 Index, which contains a list of items I use to represent the market, increased by a significant 4.58% this week. The market is now in full recovery mode, with trends suggesting we will see an all-time high again soon. This time around, the increase is more gradual and appears to be more warranted by a general increase in demand. The eSport Fire Index, which contains a list of 300 high-value liquid items, shows the same pattern. The bottom was hit on the 16th of May, and we have seen increases every day since then. Moving on to the buff value of trade and trade volume data sourced from itrade.gg. Volumes have been stable since the great crash in early May. Stable volume with increasing prices suggests a healthier market. With the total value and volume data sourced from SteamDT, we see a similar picture. Volume is a leading indicator to major market movements, and we are seeing good stability. Now, let's break the skin market movements this week down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, increases have been concentrated in the sports gloves this week. Higher tiered weapon skins increased overall as well, with the M4 Printstream being a significant winner again this week. Agents have also experienced a rare week of wins, with Ricksaw rising over 10%. Last but not least, we saw the affordable weapon segment increasing as well, which is in line with my comment earlier of a healthier market, given demand is increasing across items of all price ranges. Moving on, according to CS2 case tracker, case unboxing numbers saw a very slight decrease since last week, in line with player numbers. Overall, there is nothing significant to note in both these numbers this week. However, this week, we did see price increases in older cases that are consistent with price growth in underlying items within the cases. Unboxing returns remain low and indicate quantity of rare items to remain relatively constant. Active cases on the other hand did not share the same sentiments, as most of the desired items are contained within the older cases. The Kilowatt case continued its path down despite a relatively higher return on unboxing. Let's now take a glimpse at this week's biggest winners and losers. We have seen increases across borderless stickers from Antwerp and Shanghai. The Antwerp Cloud9 Holo was the biggest winner this week, with the ROPS and Zaiwu golds from Shanghai following closely behind. In losers, we have the long dog from the unpopular train collection within the Armory Pass, as well as a couple stickers that are experiencing corrections after a period of significant gain. On to the top trades of the week sourced from the skin trading site itrade.gg. Another exciting week on buff, whereby Stattrack Redline with 4 armor power holos took the top place, costing over $60,000. The second place was the number 1 float Gungnir, and the third place was a tier 1 bluegem skeleton case hardened in minimal wear condition. On CS Float, the number 1 float Vice Glove took the top place, demanding over $23,000. In the second and third places were a Katowice 14 Legend capsule and an Emerald Butterfly respectively. Moving into game news, there were no updates apart from the blog post titled Capture the Moment showcasing the new Souvenir charms. Now onto the pro scene. Vitality continued their winning ways with a victory in Dallas, extending their tier 1 win streak to 30 games in a row. The team is truly unstoppable at the moment. They are the clear favourites to win the upcoming Austin Major. In other news, Prizzy saw a new coach in the ex-Dignitas G2 and FaZe player IZ, Zero Tenacity added Maiden, Heroic player Sampayas, and coach Saw will join G2 after the Major. The ex-Monty coach LMBT departs Psycho's team Inner Circle. And lastly, Spirit has unveiled 3 new academy rosters. I do not know any of these players, but I have no doubt I will come to know them sooner rather than later, given the quality of Spirit's academy. I am still open to skin donations, and a reminder to join my Discord. Please like, share and subscribe. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.